We give you the facts, it's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Hey, Popeye, straight from Atlanta. I watch you every single day.
What am I drink? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
Greetings viewers and subscribers. In today's journey, we are still in the parish of St. Elizabeth. Continue to sit back, continue to relax, and continue to enjoy this journey with me. Now, in the news today, in this first incident, we are learning that a 12-year-old girl named Christina, she was admitted in hospital in a serious condition on Wednesday, February 14. This was due to an incident that took place at Kerry Park in the Duncans area of Trelawney. Our information is that Christina and a 17-year-old female named Simone Young, but she's popularly known as Dana. They were involved in a dispute when it is said that Dana, she used a knife to inflict some serious wounds to Christina's abdomen and her back. She was rushed to hospital where she was admitted in a serious condition. Now, the last time I checked, we were told that 17-year-old Dana, she was not yet apprehended. Let's hope that Christina, she survived. And talking about 17-year-old, I carried a story last week, Saturday. I told you that guy on your screen, his name is Denarto Brown, but he's popularly known as Coolie. Coolie is 17 years old and he was being housed at the Grangeville police station holding area. He's charged for shooting and wounding a security officer. Friday night, February 9, Coolie and two other male juveniles, they escaped from the Grangeville police station holding area. The other two, they were captured by the police before they were able to leave the police station compound. But Coolie, he escaped. Well, earlier this week, Coolie, in the company of a lawyer, he handed over himself at the same police station where he had escaped from. So, Coolie, he's now back in police custody. And in addition to the charges that he was already facing, he will now be facing the courts for escaping police custody. If fool was a person, boy, may I tell you. Now, this next incident, it took place early this morning. Friday, February 16, about 1:30. It took place at a shop inside the People's Arcade at Montego Bay in the parish of St. James. We are learning that a 38-year-old website designer, he's known as Tamoy, he was inside his shop in the arcade, fast asleep, when he was awoken by persons speaking outside his shop and his shop window was being opened. We are told that Tamoy, he got up and he attempted to close the window when the Hoodlums on the outside, they opened gunfire at him. The Hoodlums ran off, making good their escape. Tamoy, he was shot. He received gunshot wounds to his right hand and his left little finger. He was assisted to a nearby hospital where he was treated and admitted. We are told that when the police processed this crime scene, 6 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. In this update, now, I carried a story on Tuesday. I told you about an incident that took place at the Lucy police station on Monday morning, February 12, about some minutes after 8 o'clock. In that incident, a man who had mental issues, he was shot by a police officer in the vicinity of the station. That man, his name is Joshua Levy. Joshua, he was 47 years old and he was living at Q District in the parish of Hanover. Joshua, he was admitted in the Cornwall Regional Hospital in a serious condition, but sad to say, Joshua, he died in hospital. I've been getting a lot of messages from persons who knew Joshua very well. At the end of the stories, I'm going to be playing a voice note from one such lady. She knew Joshua very well. Stand by for that. In this next story, we're learning that yesterday afternoon, Thursday, February 15, residents in the Island Farm, Gutters area of Old Harbour in the parish of St. Catherine, they stumbled upon the decomposing body of that man on your screen. His name is Marshall March. He is 31 years old and he lived at Herring Lane in the Old Harbour area. We are told that some farmers, they were feeding their animals when Marshall was seen. As a result, the police, they were called and they commenced investigation. We are getting unconfirmed reports that it is possible that Marshall, he died as a result of a traffic accident that took place in the area on Tuesday. A post-mortem examination will be done to ascertain Marshall's cause of death. Sad indeed. In this next incident, this one took place yesterday afternoon, Thursday, February 15, about some minutes to 5 o'clock. It took place at the Bickerstead Square in the parish of St. James. We are learning that a guy, no, this guy, he's popularly known as Pilgrim. We are told that yesterday afternoon, Pilgrim, he boarded a purple Toyota Foxy that was operating as a taxi. He told the driver that he wanted to go to Richmond Hill. Pilgrim, he was sitting in the front of the Foxy when a hoodlum walked up to him and put a gun to the left side of his head and squeezed. Bam! The hoodlum, he then made good his escape. When the smoke was clear, Pilgrim, he was seen slumped on the front passenger seat and bleeding from the left side of his head. Pilgrim, he died on the spot. The police, they were called and when they processed this crime scene, one 9mm spent shell was recovered from the scene. Now, do you remember that I carried a story about that man on your screen? His name is Ian Bailey, but he was popularly known as Rasta or Decker. He was 50 years old and he was a farmer living at Bickerstead. Ian Bailey's brother is that guy on your screen. His name is Nigel Bailey, but he's also known as Badras. Badras, he was on the St. James Police most wanted list until he was captured last month. He's now facing multiple criminal charges. So what we are learning is that hoodlums, them couldn't catch Badras. So on Sunday afternoon, December 10 last year, they shot and killed Badras' brother, Rasta. Rasta, he was driving along the road when a car with hoodlums drove up and shot him, killing him on the spot. Now, word on the street is that Pilgrim, he was involved in the killing of Rasta, and that is the reason why he was shot and killed yesterday. The mayhem. And still in the parish of St. James. This one took place last night, Thursday, February 15, about 8 o'clock. It took place at Barrett Hall in the Lilliput area of St. James. We are learning that a man, his name is Humphrey Brady, but he was popularly known as Andy. Andy was almost 51 years old and he was employed as a janitor. We are told that Andy, he was at his home cooking when he was pounced on by hoodlums who opened gunfire at him, hitting him to his head. The hoodlums, they then made good their escape on foot in the area. From all indication, Andy, he died on the spot. The police, they were called and when they processed this crime scene, 2 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, If you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button, as also hit on the notification bell. Then click all, so that whenever we drop a new video, you will be one of the first to be notified. In the final story for today, the #1 Jamaican news site on Instagram. This is a blast. They posted a video on their page this morning. I'm not going to show you the video, but I'm going to show you that snapshot from the video. That motor car, it was being used by one of the councillor caretakers who is contesting a seat in the upcoming local government election. As you can see, somebody set fire to the car yesterday. This took place at Lilliput in the parish of St. James. If you look on your screen, someone made that comment under the post by This Is a Blast. The person says, "My father is mentally ill. Everybody in the community knows that. Anybody who knows my father knows that he is a nice man and him nah go do something like that if he's in his right mind. That car could easily buy back. Not even a shot in him hand or foot. You know if it take him life that we can't get back." Are you following? So the person is not denying the fact that her father was the one who set the car on fire. She is also saying that her father, he had mental issues. There he is on your screen. His name is Kenroy Doeman, but he was popularly known as Shrimpy. Shrimpy was born on September 29, 1979, and he was living at Africa in the Lilliput area of St. James. Now, we did some digging and we are finding out that Shrimpy, he was once a member of a gang in the area. We are also finding out that Shrimpy, he was sent to prison on firearm-related charges. We are told that lately, Shrimpy, he developed mental issues. Last night, Thursday, February 15, shortly after 9 o'clock, Shrimpy, he was walking along the roadway near to his home when a Nissan motorcar pulled up beside him. Hoodlums in the car. They opened gunfire at Shrimpy, hitting him to his neck, his arms, and his upper body. The car then sped away. We are told that Shrimpy, he died on the spot. When the police processed this crime scene, a number of 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. Shrimpy's family, they're of the view that Shrimpy, he was killed because he set the car on fire. A car that could be replaced. Hoodlums, they ended up taking a life that cannot be replaced. The mayhem continues. And now, as promised, Mr. Joshua Levy, he was shot and killed by a police officer at the Lucy police station. Now, let's all agree on a few things that cannot be disputed. 1. Joshua had mental issues. 2. Joshua had a machete that morning. 3. The female police, on seeing Joshua running towards her with the machete, she ran back into the police station begging for assistance. Now, there are persons who are telling me that Joshua, he would not have chopped the police officer. We cannot speculate on that because Joshua had mental issues. What is also clear is that the policeman who shot Joshua, he was heard telling Joshua to drop the machete, and Joshua, he did not drop it. Are you following me? None of what I just said can be disputed. So let's hear from a lady who knew Joshua for a very long time. Listen this.
Hello, Papa. Good night. I hope you're fine. I am deeply, deeply saddened by the untimely passing of Joshua Levy. That's the mentally challenged young man who was shot by the police on Monday in Lucy. I took him to be a part of my family. That's how quiet and easygoing that young man was. I saw him as one of my family members. So I would see him on routine checks to his mother, because on his way to his mother's house in One Piece, he had to pass my house. So during the days when he was going to his mother's house, on his way back, he would stop to visit me at my house, and then anything that I have, I would put up for him, because I know on his way back he would stop. And I always have either like clothing items for him, food stuff, or even a little change on his way back from his mother in the mornings. He wouldn't go every day, but on the days that he would go, he would stop by and check with me. Right. So on the same morning that he was shot, he stopped by and he spoke with me for a while. We spoke for a while, and then I asked him. We spoke for a brief moment, and I asked him if he had gone to see his mother already, because he loved his mother very much. So I asked him if he had gone to see his mother already, and he said yes, he was going down back to Lucy, because he lives at Mount Peace. Right, so he would make at Mountain when the month was finished, during the time when he would get his money from. I don't know who would always send it, but he always get money from the post office. He would go down and pick up his money. So that was one of his visits, going down that morning to pick up his money at the post office. He would always go to collect his money. Right, I could not believe when I heard that he was shot. I am living in One Piece for the past 15 years, and I knew him before, and he has never ever hurt a fly. It is so sad, because I would often see him running. He runs all the time. I would often see him running. So in my opinion, I think he was just running. It was one of those running mornings. All the while I see him run. You have a time, sometimes I see him in Lucy. He run past him that he not even know if he used to see me, because I was very close to him. I took him as a son. He was very close to me. And he stopped by the morning, and I gave him a little change. And he even said to me, "You say me not like bother you sometime. I say you're good, man." And let me tell you, say you're good. So it's very, very, very sad to know that he just went like that, and he wasn't somebody who would interfere with anybody. He's from Mount Peace, but he lives at Q, because from I knew him, he was living in Q, but he would visit his mother, who lives at Mount Peace. Quiet young man. I don't know. It's very, very, very sad the way he went, because even though he was mentally challenged and he would walk with the machete, he wasn't a violent person who would attack anybody. So I think it was just a misunderstanding. Maybe the person, because maybe that person doesn't know him, the person believed that he was running after her, because I heard it was a lady who was running and saying that he was running after him with his machete. But he always carried him and the machete. And the point is, whenever he comes to my house, he would not come up in the yard with the machete. He always leave it down by the road. He come and visit me and he check me and we talk. And on his way back, he would take it up. He never really come up in the yard with it. So it was so sad. I wouldn't tell her that I cry, a ball, because I couldn't really believe, because I saw him in the morning, and I saw him in the morning, and I stood and I folded my arm and I watched him walking out of the yard. I watched him walking out of the yard. So when I heard that he was shot, it was the following morning that I heard, I said, God, where was I standing looking at him, as if in a being I was thinking that, but I didn't know that I wouldn't see him again, but I was just standing there looking at him until he was out of sight. And as somebody who would really attack or trouble anybody, I am telling you.
Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sin. just unite. What a country this will be if we just unite. Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite. What a country this will be if we just unite. Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them knock out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane. Everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when we turn. Country and town, man a pay blood a run. Murder, don't you baby me hear them a murder. Cut it out, tell them no gonna further. Man a dead like cans and bird, yeah. Who no listen them a word, yeah. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them